What is osso bucco? Osso bucco simply means bone with a hole in it. Usually when people are talking about osso bucco, they're referring to the shank. We're gonna take Berkshire pork, we're gonna make a slow cooked osso bucco.
In a previous episode, we were on a road trip and we visited our youngest son in Binghamton, and on our way to Boston, we made a pit stop in Lenox, Massachusetts, which is in the Berkshires.
The light bulb went off. Berkshires, Berkshire pork. That's got to be where the Berkshire pork comes from. It's not. Berkshire pork comes from Berkshire, England. Basically, it's just a black pig. What's unique about Berkshire pigs, it's like the top of the line of pork. And what makes it special is that Berkshire pork is a heavily marbled pork. But that's not the only thing. They put a lot of time and attention into making sure that their pork is antibiotic and hormone free, and they only give it the best feed. The other thing that's really cool about Berkshire pigs is that they're smaller than the average pig. They can grow pretty large, I mean they're 600 pounds, but they're smaller than the average pig. So you get a delicate, delicious, hormone free, antibiotic free, healthy piece of pork. When you purchase your osso bucco, you may choose to purchase it with the skin on or the skin off. I like that skin. It's a personal preference. If you don't like that skin, then certainly either take it off or buy it without it. Remarkably, pork does not have an enormous amount of fat in it. When I cook lamb, there's like tons of fat that escapes off of it. There's not that much in this pan.
A printable recipe is on the website, but basically it's 3 organic onions, 3 medium organic carrots, 3 stalks of celery, organic, and about 6 pork shanks. In the Bouquet Garden, you add a tablespoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of fresh organic rosemary, 4 or 5 bay leaves, and a teaspoon of ground allspice, or whole allspice if you can find it. Simmer on super low for about 3 hours. Fall is just a spectacular time for some amazing squash. I'm just gonna put a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper on this. Bake it off in the oven at 425 degrees, and when it's nice and golden brown, which should probably take about a half an hour, we're gonna take that squash and we're gonna add it to some buttery quinoa. It's gonna take a while for that pork to fall off the bone, just be patient. On the last leg of our trip, we visited our oldest son who's living in Boston. The entire day was a giant food fest, and how can you not have local fresh Atlantic oysters in Boston in October? Later that night, we finished off our evening by dining in a Mexican speakeasy. The next day, we left for New London to take the ferry back home.
Fudge.
Obviously, if you're not gonna use a cheesecloth for your bouquet garni and you can use a coffee filter like I did, gotta be careful pulling it out of there because it does soften. It's, after all, paper. This is a very simple dish. It's a little time consuming, but it's well worth it. Just like any good slow cooked meal, it's worth the time. Put a little bit of butter in your quinoa, that's always important. Mix whatever vegetables you want to add a little vibrancy to it. You can use delicata squash, which is much more colorful. You don't have to use quinoa. You can use polenta, you can use rice. You can make this dish with anything that you want. Get creative. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button and we'll see you again next week.